Om. 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 Sairam, everyone. Just to recollect where we were last week, Swami is uh, listing some of the simplest techniques which Krishna provided to Arjuna. And the first one was placing the mind and intelligence or intellect at the lotus feet of the Lord. That actually was the main uh, topic which we were discussing. Basically, saying, establish your mind and intelligence in me. And that was one of the ones. And if you cannot accomplish this and find it difficult, give up your egoism. That also, to some extent, we touched upon. And carry on activities that are moral and holy. That's what the translation says. But it was Bhagavat Artha Karyam, means all actions which have the purpose of attaining the Lord. So I will stop here. I will ask the sisters to continue from where we left off. Maybe we reread the sections. Okay, Saira.
Sarah, this is that path. Establish your mind and intelligence in me. If you cannot accomplish this and find it difficult, give up your egoism and carry on activities that are moral and holy. If even this is too difficult, give up attachment to the fruits, the consequences of all your acts. Offer them to me as Krishna Arpanam, offerings to Krishna. Offering your acts to me should not be mere vocal exercise. Take care that you do so by word, by deed, and by thought. Mano vak karma, as they say. Do you feel that even this is beyond you? Then you will be made aware of the aftermath. After saying this much, Krishna sat silent for a while. Take note of this. The aspirant for grace must have before his mind the act and not its consequence, beneficial or otherwise. That is the reason why Gopala said that jnana is superior to abhyasa, systematic practice. Dhyana is superior to jnana, and the giving up of attachment to the consequences of your acts is superior to dhyana. Such non-attachment, Krishna said, will confer shanti, peace. Bhakti and dvesha, hate, are as fire and water. Devotion and hate cannot dwell together. I love those who feel no difference between grief and joy, affection and dislike, good and bad. If hate, in whatever form, in howsoever slight a quantity, resides in the heart, that person cannot be a bhakta. The bhakta must be convinced that all this is Vasudeva, Vasudeva Sarvamidam. That is to say, one's own Atma is everywhere in everything. This truth must be realized, acted upon, and experienced. Hating another is hating oneself. Scorning another is but scorning oneself. Finding fault with another is finding fault with oneself. Krishna continued. Readers might be troubled by a doubt on this point. Can the mere absence of hatred or contempt of another endow one with the full consciousness of the truth of Vasudeva Sarvamidam? No, the mere absence of hate, etc., cannot secure the dweller within and the ananda of recognizing him. That will not win the grace of the Lord.
Thank you, sisters. I think I don't know whether we read all the sections in Telugu last week. Maybe we just discussed only the first paragraph, if I remember correctly.
Yes, we read only first paragraph.
Okay,
And
I think
second one also I did.
we read the second one also. So maybe we will just read the Telugu and again the same thing, Auntie, and then we will continue the discussion if it's okay.
So from third paragraph should I read or the first from the first?
From the first paragraph, actually, we can read. This is the path, establish a mind and intelligence.
Yeah.
From there, we will read, Auntie.
Correct. Okay. నీ మనోబుద్ధులు నాయందు ఉంచును.
Place your mind and buddhi on me.
అది నీ చేత కాకపోయినని అహంకారమును వదిలి భగవద్ అర్థకర్మములను చేయుము.
If that's not possible for you, then give up ego and do activities which are directed towards the Lord.
అది నీకు కష్టమని తలంచిన సాధ్యము కాదని భావించిన సమస్త కర్మ ఫలమును కృష్ణార్పణమును నాకే వదలము.
If that is also not possible, offer all your actions, the fruits of all your actions to me, saying Krishnarpana.
ఈ పదము కేవలము మాటలతో కాక
This words, this offering should not be just mere words.
మనోవాక్కాయ కర్మలతో చేయవలెను సుమా, ఇందులో ఏ ఒక్కటి చేసినను చాలు.
It should be done with your mind, word and deed. If this by itself, this alone is good enough. That's what Krishna says.
Yeah.
I think this is what we had read last week and we had discussed.
Yeah.
Is everyone fine with that section? If you don't have anything more to further to discuss, then we can continue on. Yes,
when it says Indulo A Okati, does that mean if you do one of these, that's enough?
Exactly. Sorry. A Okati means one among the list which Krishna has provided. One itself is good enough.
Okay.
Anyone. A Okati means anyone.
So
if everyone is okay, we can go. I think we have discussed, how it is to offer something with thought, word, and deed.
Yeah.
Also discussed. So I think all three categories which Krishna has listed, we discussed. Of placing the mind and buddhi on the Lord, we discussed how to try to avoiding ego, ahankaram. Also, we discussed, and we also discussed how it should be thought, word, and deed. Also, to the best of my understanding.
Krishnarpanam, karma palam, offering him to God. That also we did it.
We that's offering all good and bad fruits also.
Yeah, we discussed it.
Brother.
Yes.
Yeah, we discussed about those ones, but only thing I'm thinking of we went from the bottom, right? Like offering the fruits of action.
Yes.
Then give up ego. Did you come to the mind and intelligence?
Yeah, I thought we discussed that, sister. What is it to placing the intelligence, buddhi on Lord? We discussed that. We discussed, using the
we went from the bottom anyways, but the mind and intelligence, exactly what is meant, brother? Please.
It's buddhi. I think the word intelligence is very, very, it's not, it doesn't give the right meaning, sister. Buddhi in Sanskrit is not intelligence, the way we understand in English. Though buddhi sometimes colloquially is used as intelligence.
It's a
that person has not.
discrimination?
It is discrimination.
Oh, okay.
Buddhi
So
is always
to establish mind on me mean your thoughts on him.
Your thoughts, mind means your thought should be on the Lord.
Lord, and
The
with the
discrimination also should be on the Lord.
Okay, okay, good, thanks.
It's because I think we discussed, because the discrimination is the one which is capable of driving the mind, controlling the mind.
Yeah.
So if the person who has to direct is not focused on the Lord, then the mind will run after the world also. Because if the buddhi also wants personal profit, individually we want to do better. How can, that's also intelligence.
It's a one path.
Buddhi.
Okay, okay. It's
That
a
is
one way of
Swami calls it individual discrimination. So, and Swami always says we should cultivate what is called fundamental discrimination, which is beneficial for the world, which can be offered to the Lord, which is permanent, which is impermanent, all that kind of a discussion. So we discussed that.
Okay, great. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So
And-
shall I go further?
Yes, Auntie. I think all the listeners would have chosen one of them. If-
Yeah. ఇందులో ఇందులో ఏదిను సులభముగా చేయుటకు సాధ్యము అందువా.
So Krishna is telling, okay, among all these, if you find any one of them is not easy to follow,
చేయలేనందువా.
you think you cannot do it,
తదుపరి గతి స్థితి నీకే తెలియను.
then you will know what your state will be after that.
అని ఊరకుండెను.
He is saying this, Krishna just kept quiet.
ఈ పవిత్ర బోధనను పట్టి చూడ భక్తుడు కాగోరు వారికి పనియందు మాత్రమే లక్ష్యం ఉండవలను.
All the devotees who are interested in this and who have listened to this auspicious divine teaching, if you analyze it, if you study it, you have to keep your goal on the action alone.
కానీ కాలమందు లక్ష్యం ఉండకూడదని తెలియచున్నది. కాలమందు, I mean, is it here the translation is not its consequence, it says, but here Swami is saying about time.
Yes, Auntie. Kani kalamandu laksham
ఉండకూడదని తెలియచున్నది. భక్తుడు కాగోరు వారికి పని ఎందు మాత్రమే లక్ష్యం ఉండవలెను, కానీ కాలమందు లక్ష్యం ఉండకూడదని తెలియచున్నది.
I think it's a kalamandu means here I don't fully
కాలమందు literal translation will be only time. కాలమందు. Your attention should be only at the action, not the time taken for it. Is it so?
I think we should not see our focus should not be on the time.
Consequence.
So that the time means how soon, that kind of thing. You just do the work. We should not think how long, how short. I think we should not, that should not be our goal. I think, see, it's a human nature to how short time, can we quickly finish it, type of thing, because we pay attention to the time duration. So Swami is saying, no, don't look at the time, don't pay attention to the time, pay attention to the work. That's the way I understand. Sorry, and
That's what I also understand, but
that's only I understand.
Translation, the
Translation is not saying that, but
it's not.
according to this, Swami is saying, don't pay attention to the time,
Yeah.
pay attention to the work at hand.
Yeah, that's amazing. అందుకనే
Okay.
అభ్యాసము కంటే జ్ఞానము.
So because of that, more than the practice, the knowledge, jnana,
జ్ఞానము కంటే ధ్యానము.
more than the knowledge, jnana, meditation, dhyana,
ధ్యానము కంటే కర్మఫల త్యాగము.
more than the dhyana, meditation, the sacrifice of the fruits of actions.
చాలా శ్రేష్టమని గోపాలుడు తెలిపెను.
Gopala told Arjuna that they are greater. They're greater in that order. That's how Krishna taught Arjuna. So that's what it says.
కర్మఫల త్యాగము చాలా శ్రేష్టము. It's the best.
The best is offering the fruits of.
Should I go further or stay here?
I think it's. There were two questions. I think Brother Ron Naidu has.
Hi, Ram, everyone.
Hi.
So the question I had, when I was actually interpreting it, I thought Lord Krishna mentioned it is just perform your action and do not be focused upon the actual outcome, right? Just do your actual duty. That was my interpretation. I don't know if there's any comments on that. It is just do what you're supposed to do. Do your duty, but don't worry about the outcome. Any comments on that, brother?
Okay, thank you, brother. So Brother Ron asks the question that his understanding is that do your action, don't worry about the fruits. That is the question Brother Ron mentioned. Anyone who would like to comment whether whether you have a similar understanding or something slightly different? I will open it up, open the floor up.
Sai Ram.
Yes, Auntie.
Nishkama karma is the superior to all everything. The first one is Nishkama karma, second one is dhyana, third one is jnana, fourth one is systematic practice. That is the Krishna's explanation. He is giving Nishkama karma is superior to dhyana, dhyana is superior to jnana, jnana is superior to systematic practice. So Nishkama karma is the best. Second one is meditation, third one is jnana, intelligence, buddhi, and fourth one is systematic practice. What is the difference between systematic practice and Nishkama karma?
Okay. So, okay, we will discuss, Auntie. But Nishkama karma, Brother Ron has this question. Does it mean do your actions, don't worry about the results? Is that Nishkama karma or karma palatyaga? Your understanding would be useful because you said that is, you asked, you wanted to discuss that. So if you would like to share that, it'll be nice. Otherwise, I will go to Sister Ananti. Sister Ananti, you have anything to comment?
Sai Ram, brothers and sisters, my understanding, giving up all the giving up all the fruits of the action is the niskama karma, and my understanding is similar to Brother Ron Naidu, and we don't have any other control except minding the act. So that is the easiest interpretation, or maybe it could be slightly different from others. I thought, mind your act, nothing else. If you do that, all else would be in line. But only I have a follow-up question. How come the meditation is superior to wisdom? I thought in order to get the wisdom means jnana stage. I thought meditation is the instrument to get to that the bliss stage or jnana stage. But here the Lord Krishna says this, meditation is superior to wisdom. Maybe if brother you or someone else can shed some light on that, how come the meditation is superior to the jnana? Thank you, Saira.
Sairam, sister, thanks. So thanks for confirming that you sort of understood what Brother Ron also said, but you are asking a further question. We'll park that. I think already Sakwanti had already asked about practice versus karma
Yeah.
palatyaga. What are we practicing? What is abhyasa? And now you have asked another question. Why? How can meditation and jnana, one be superior to the other? We will discuss that as well. But I will still pose the question of Brother Ron Naidu's question, which is karma palatyaga. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Saira.
Focus on the actions. Don't worry about the fruits. Does anyone have anything to share, complement to that? Brother Hasan, you have your hand up. You can speak.
Yes, Sairam brother. Yeah, I agree to that one, but only thing we have to be careful about the words, thoughts, deeds, and they are not supposed to be ego. Then you are surrendering and there is no attachment. Thank you.
I feel not only giving up the consequences of your action, that is the karma palatyaga, but the attachment, that is the most important, the attachment to the fruits. You say that I am okay, God, I don't want to have any of the fruits of action. But you have in your mind the attachment to that fruits. Give up that attachment, Swami is trying to tell us. I feel. Sairam.
Sairam auntie. Anyone else would like to? Yes, Sister Aruna.
Sairam, brother. To Brother Ron's question, I would say, yes, you have to do the duty. As Mani Aunty said, we shouldn't be attached to any of the fruit of the action. Just do it with your good intention. Offer it to Lord. That's all your thoughts supposed to be. That's how I would look at it. Because some people say this duty, and if you attach to it, and if you have the mamakaram, ahankaram and all, then that's not even your duty. It's not that you have some kind of expectation. You shouldn't have any expectation. Selflessly, you have to do it. Thank you, Saya.
Okay, thank you, sister. Yes, Sister Maha, you have raised your question.
Hi, Ram. This is simply, I wanted to just say, do not expect anything in return. Just do your good work, but we are not supposed to expect anything in return, not the fruits. Return means we don't want to expect anything, any fruits or something like that. The simple answer I have it. Thank you, Sarah.
Saram, thank you, everyone. I always thought, my interpretation, the basis of the Bhagavad Gita was do your duty, right? And when it came across this, it said just do your action and don't worry about outcome, because the human mind presently, when you focus about outcome, then there's so many things attached to it. There's anxiety, there's ego, there's this, there's I, and so forth. But the wisdom of Lord Krishna, it is just perform your action. Do not worry about the outcome. And as somebody actually mentioned, it has to be a virtuous action, right? It has to be a good action. With all good actions, we just offer to the Lord. Thank you.
Sairam, I would just like to pause here a little bit.
I have an explanation.
Thank you.
Saku Auntie.
Yes, Auntie. Okay, go ahead with the explanation.
That is, today I listened to Abhimanyu's satsang, and Baba has said it. If you are doing a service, if you remember that you are doing service, that itself is not right. You have to forget at the moment you do the action, and never think about it. If you remember it, then it is not a service, and that is not a genuine action with niskama karma.
Okay, thank you. I think I would just like to sort of pause here a little bit. See, we should not think, I think I'll go back to Brother Onnaidu's question. Do your actions, don't worry about the results. Actually, Swami, because we are just studying this, I thought I will just point out. So far, if we go back to the previous sections we have read and what Swami has told here, originally Swami, talked about two types of devotion, okay? And he said both of them have the same characteristics. They have, he said that practice, think of the Lord all the time and all that, my Swami said that. And then he tells Arjuna, okay, if that is difficult, I don't want you to be troubled by that. Then he gives 3 other techniques. The first technique he gives is establish your mind and intelligence in me. Okay. So the first thing which Swami has already mentioned, which is not easy for everyone, it's abhyasa. The abhyasa, the practice of thinking of the Lord all the time, it's a huge list, which we felt it will be impossible for us to practice we ourselves. But so that is abhyasa. Then he gives establish your mind and intelligence in me, which is nothing but dhyana. So dhyana is given as the second tool. Then he gives, if you cannot do that, give up your egoism and carry on activities that are Bhagavad Arthaka. So giving up egoism means knowing that we are not the body, we are not the mind, but we are the Atman. What is that? It is jnana. So dhyana is meditation. Jnanam is knowing that we are not the body, the Atman, we are just the Atman. Only through that process one can give up one's egoism. Then he comes up and says, give up attachment to the fruits and consequences of all your acts and offer them to me as Krishnarpana. So when we talk about the fruits of action, karma palatyaga, Swami is only referring to this. That is, giving up attachment to the fruits. Attachment to the fruits means thinking that fruits, we should get that fruit of the action. Okay, it belongs to us. Whether there's a credit of doing some seva or whatever, also something which we are looking forward. So we should give up the attachment to the fruits, the consequences of our acts. So we should not be attached to the consequences. I don't think Krishna is saying, Swami is saying, don't worry about the fruits. Actually, the consequences should be good. If you're cooking, the consequence of cooking is to have good food. But we shouldn't be attached. So the thing is, we should be very careful. We should, sometimes when we say, we can, don't worry means, how it will happen is all in the hands of God. That's a different matter. But we are all doing all actions because we want a certain outcome. But Swami is saying, don't be so attached to the outcome, because if you fail or lose, offer it to the Lord. After all, you have done your best. So he's saying, offer them to me as Krishnarpana. So when we do actions, we should do actions which are worthy of the fruits being offered to the Lord. So I think that's my little extended understanding of the karma palatyaga. So I think we all should not, think, oh, Swami has given a new set of techniques. He has already listed the techniques. And then he is telling which is better. I think then the question of better we can discuss. I will stop here. Based on what I have said, I don't know if anyone has some input I will open it up. Thank you.
Sai Ram, I would like
Sai
to add one more point. That is, whenever we do some action, definitely it's going to bring out some fruit. We can't say no. Action will definitely bring out some kind of fruit, and treat it, whether it's good or bad fruit. Take it in an equanimous state of mind. You should have that kind of equanimity. It's good or it's bad. Everything is, I accept it, and again, give back to that Krishna Arpana. I offer it to the Lord, to you, Lord, O Lord Krishna. That's how we should have that equanimity status of mind. That's what I feel, Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, Auntie. So Auntie is saying we should take the fruit and offer it to the Lord. When it's success, offer it to the Lord. When it's failure, you offer it to the Lord. You don't be affected by it.
Yeah.
The Lord, I did my best. This is what the end result is. I offer this to you. Is that right, Auntie? Is
Yes.
something.
Whatever karma we do, the pala will be always there, whether it is good or bad. Some action done, it has to bring out its fruit.
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you.
Sarah,
Yes, Kalyani.
in the first part, Swami had listed offering your actions to the Lord, saying Krishnarpanam. That was the easiest.
Yes.
Here he's saying Karma Palatyaga is the best. Is there a difference between?
It's no difference.
Right.
See, Tyaga is generally understood as sacrifice. Simple translation. You should understand the word Tyaga has the word yag. Okay. Yag is nothing but yajna. So in that kind of sacrifice of the fruit means offering to the Lord is the real sacrifice. So that is how the word yajna itself is called sacrifice. They all come from this same root word. Okay. Tyaga is, in that sense, you offer it to the Lord. Okay. So when we say sacrifice, who are we sacrificing to? I think we discussed that, If we have got something bad, what do we do? Even if you, dig a hole and bury it, that's also God. So that offering it to the Lord is the real Tyaga. When we sacrifice, we are giving it up for somebody, something. So that is what it is. So giving it up for someone, isn't it? I sacrifice it for somebody else, something like that people will say. Oh, I sacrificed it for the welfare of the world, whatever. Or for my family's sake, I sacrificed. So whenever we sacrifice, we are giving up something which we have or we think we have for somebody's sake. So in this case, who are we sacrificing? To the Lord. So it is implied, is what I wanted to say. That's why I said Swami is not, we should not think that Swami is giving some new thing. He is just taking the 4 things which he has already listed and saying that's what they are.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I sort of matched each one, Tyaga, meditation, Jnana, to each one of them, because these are not new ones. It's the same thing Swami is elaborating further. Okay, I hope.
He's saying it in the reverse order now because he's saying that Karma Palatyaga is the best or the Shrestha.
So then we'll come to the question. Everyone is asking, how can that be better? See, the word used is Sreshta. Yes,
Best, super, most.
So, for example, if somebody comes to me and says, and say some student, some student who comes, who is very weak in science and math. Okay, so they come for career counseling. So I say medicine is, good. You'll be able to. Then that is not good for you. What is good for you may be engineering. Then the student says math is also not good. Then you will say, oh, that's not good for you. What will be good for you is maybe arts. Then you'll say, oh, arts also I find, communication, writing in English and all this stuff. Then I will say, okay, then that's not good for you. Best for you is some vocational training, because you are maybe good in hands. It is only relative to the individual. For the one who says he can't do, for them, what is best is what is suitable for them. It is not a comparison of the techniques themselves in absolute terms. Is the way I understand. So it's not, see, in Sanskrit, there's the word tara, tama, uttama, uttara, things like that are used. That means they're comparative. But here he's saying it's good. It's the best. Not necessarily comparative terms. But for a person who is not capable, better than this is this good for you. Okay. That doesn't mean it's an absolute ultimate analysis. I think last time also we looked at it. All these techniques are trying to achieve the same thing. Okay. So we cannot say, oh, meditation is superior, so I want to do meditation. No. If meditation is the best for us, meditation is the best for us. For me, if I'm only capable of doing meditation, maybe that is the best for me compared to anything else. Only from that sense, not from an absolute, is my understanding. I hope that clarifies some of the questions people may have had.
It depends on the capacity of the seeker, whether he is able to do dhyana or gnana or abhyasa or karma palatyaga. So these roads, the paths are given. It depends on the capacity of the seeker to adopt any of these techniques. Sairam.
Sairam, thank you, Auntie. Yes, Sister Aruna.
Brother,
Yes.
is it okay for us to see the order is right on this paragraph? The Gopala said, Jnana is superior to Apyasa. That one. Okay, as you said, this or that kind of will go. Okay, before I did understand, I thought it's going like it's a continuous one, right? But it's not like that, so it's options. Okay, so then we're coming to dhyana superior to jnana. Is that right? That is my question. So then giving up attachment to the fruit of the action, that is give you a peace of mind. Obviously it does, because if you are not attached, then it will give you a peace of mind. That part is one. But I didn't understand the fact of like saying dhyana is superior to jnana. Without jnana, what you're going to do.
Okay, Sister Aruna has
Thank you,
posed the question. I will open it up. I thought I tried to answer it partially, but I will allow others to share your thoughts, please. Brother Tasan?
Yes, Sairam, brother. So we are living in the Kali Yuga thing. We are very busy in our work. So even Arjuna doesn't want to do the whatever Lord Krishna said, jnana, dhyana, because we know that dhyana is a royal path, but how many people are prepared to do that one? Jnana, how many people are prepared to learn Veda and practice and early morning get up 4 o'clock and chant those kind of things and do all kind of pujas and everything? So understanding about the Lord, we can get the liberation too. But in Kali Yuga, the easy way Lord Krishna is saying, everyone has to do the action, whether you are lazy or you are active or anything, and whatever the duty for you to assign, you have to do. And you don't need to learn anything. Just simple thing you learn, whatever the outcome, you don't take the fruit. So that is very simple. Even Lord Krishna was saying to Arjuna, you don't need to go to dhyana, you don't need to do the karma, do your duty without expectation. and whatever that and Satriya, you have to fight, do the duty without expectation. That's all in my understanding, brother. Thank you.
Sairam, brother, thank you very much for that. I will ask Sister Vasudha if she has something to share, please.
Sai Ram, greetings from Saskatoon. I'm not going to talk about the immediate thing that Brother Dasan mentioned, but I remembered something when you were talking about vocation. One of my kids wants to become a lawyer, and he's very interested in the subject called ethics. He goes to some of these ethics contests, whatever, and the scenarios that are presented are all ethical dilemmas. Which one should you do? What is right? There is no right or wrong. What do you choose best? If you do this to one person, the other one will suffer. So which one do you choose? Things like that. He's very interested. I'm a little worried that he wants to become a lawyer, because sometimes I feel that the lawyer's duty is to protect the client, the person who came to the lawyer for, seeking asylum or whatever it is. The lawyer's job is not to know the other side of the story, apparently. The lawyer is not supposed to be a detective or a police. The police has a job, or detectives will find out what went on and all that. Lawyer's job apparently is to protect their client. So I fear that there will be a lot of ethical dilemmas. And who is your duty to then? Duty is to what is correct. Duty is to your client. Duty is to, you have signed it's called retainer agreement with the client. So you have to fulfill the thing in the agreement. Plus you don't know the whole story. You hear what your client tells you. So I was just, when you said vocation, I remembered this. Does anybody have any thoughts, like what's the line of, and they will also surrender their the fruit of their action to God, right? Each lawyer might have that good intention, but only one of them will achieve the outcome desired. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. I think the question is slightly, I understand that there are some principles maybe which are related, but I think we should discuss it offline if it's okay. We can discuss, maybe we can one-on-one. Thank you. I will again go back to I think Sister Aruna had asked, how can jnana be dhyana? That was the question which, is that order right? Is what she asked. Does anyone have something to share? Yes, Sister Ananti, your hand is up, please.
Sairam brother, in the very beginning, I asked how come the meditation is superior to wisdom. The reason I asked, I went into the first the passage, and the Swami nicely explained, if it is not, then move to that, then it is not, then move to that. So according to the listing or in the order, it's a systematic practice, meditation, wisdom, and giving up attachment. That is the process Swami more or less suggested. That's the reason originally I asked in the beginning, how come the meditation is superior to wisdom? Because I also thought that in order to achieve the wisdom, the meditation is some sort of tool. You use the tool to achieve the wisdom. But here is the reverse order. Meditation is superior to wisdom, means that is the reason I confused myself. how come suddenly the order has been changed? The meditation is superior to wisdom. Maybe I had the same question in the very beginning. That's why I asked, in addition to Brother Ron's the explanation, I put this question that how come the meditation is superior to wisdom?
So, sister, I think, Auntie, you have something to say, Auntie?
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. I wanted to say that Gnana is taken, Sister Anandi is saying it is wisdom, but is it not knowledge? Gnana here, knowledge. That's the
Knowledge,
translation. Which
yes, knowledge.
is it knowledge is correct, or here
Atma Jnana, Auntie. See,
Atma Gnana to realize the self,
yes.
to realize the self. Then how come it is meditation is superior to Gnana, means that is
See,
meditation is go ahead, please go ahead.
See, the thing is, once we translate it as superior, everything breaks down. See, we should I will take back everyone to this one sentence Swami says, any one of these activities is enough.
Yes.
When Krishna says any one of these activities, he is not comparing them as this will get you better result. Okay. It is only what is applicable to each individually according to their thing. Then the question, so I think, we should not all get worked up, okay, if meditation is better, I will drop everything and I will only do meditation. If, only seva is good, then I will drop the bhajan and only do seva. Type of thing. Is karma yoga better, jnana yoga better? Krishna is saying pick one of them, it should be same. But I think what we don't understand in the Sanatana Dharma is, in the spiritual path, we are all going in a slightly spiral staircase. So spiral staircase is such that, for example, even if we do karma phala tyaga, okay, even if we let's start there. In the cave is karma phala tyaga. Actually, if you practice it properly, we are practicing everything else. Because in the karma phala tyaga, you have to think of the Lord. So mind is definitely attached, because to offer it to the Lord, you should think of the Lord. Okay, and offer that you are nothing, but Lord is the one who is making everything. That is jnana. So even for us to practice sarva karma phala tyaga, offering it to the Lord as Krishna Arpanam, there is meditation, there is jnana, that is the word. See, we are offer it to the Lord, that knowledge itself is jnana.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I have to offer it to the Lord. That knowledge is jnana. Then we have to think of the Lord. There is dhyana. So we should understand, it is when Swami has used this, let's not compare and say, okay, I'm going to take this path. No, all these techniques actually are all rolled into one, support each other. Even to do an action properly, you need to be able to focus, concentration. That is also meditation. That is also dhyana. Brother Sitaram raised his hand up. Hopefully.
Sairam, Anna.
Sairam.
I just want to add one more perspective to these sentences here. So here Krishna is telling, Swami is telling here, that is the reason why Gopala said that Jnana is superior to Abhyasa. Abhyasa can be devoid of Jnana. So the activities without knowledge can still be an activity, and hence an activity with Jnana, with whatever you call it, knowledge or wisdom, then it is superior to that, Abhyasa. And then Dhyana, superior to Jnana means, what I understood is, Dhyana, many times Swami has told in his discourses, is not just sitting. What we think meditation is not just sitting there and sitting in silence, right? As Swami said, even speaking, talking, driving, cooking, any activity that you do is equivalent to meditation if you're doing with that particular jnana that you are that, or you're completely immersed in that activity itself, isn't it? With that knowledge, if you are able to practice that knowledge in action, that is dhyana, that is actual dhyana. And hence dhyana is superior to jnana, because you are putting that jnana which is actually not in the action form, and dhyana is that jnana in action form. Hence, I felt maybe dhyana is superior to jnana in one perspective. And once you do that action, even after doing that action, you may be attached to the result of that action. Like how we discussed about the burnt rice or the similar examples in the past. So giving up of attachment to the consequences of your acts, that is again superior to dhyana, because that is coming as an outcome of your dhyana, the act that you have done through that meditation. And such non-attachment will confer shanti. This is what I understood. Sairam.
Thank you, Sitaram.
Arun, can I
Yes,
just?
Yes, please go ahead.
Swami says, Abhyasamu kante gnanamu, gnanamu kante dhyanamu, ధ్యానము కంటే కర్మఫల త్యాగము చాలా శ్రేష్టమని గోపాలుడు తెలిపిన. So here there is no question of superiority or inferiority. There's no, it's not Swami is not comparing. Those who cannot do dhyana, they can do this. They can do this. That's how he is offering the different options. So we should not take this one is superior to that and that one is inferior to this. No, I don't think we should take. Sairam.
Thank you. Yes, Brother Ron.
Sairam, wow, this is really heavy. I'm kind of learning over here. But I think if I put it in my own thoughts, I put it in a very simple way, right? I think it all depends upon your ability. It's like all fingers lead into the same palm. No finger is superior to the other finger. So the same thing, and I could be wrong, and maybe you can comment on it. It is no one is really higher. It depends upon your ability. That's why I'm saying all fingers lead into the same palm. Very simple. Do you have any thoughts on that, Brother Arun? Am I missing something here?
No, I think so. I mean, there are other many discourses, brother. Swami has discussed this. Swami says, even if you take the karma marga, bhakti marga, jnana marga, Swami says it's like a auto, in auto rickshaw, in India.
Yeah.
You can put different one in the front wheel, but the other two wheels are also needed. Somebody can put karma marga in the front wheel because that's good for them. The other two wheels will be the side wheels. Somebody can put devotion, somebody can put, but it's each person's individual preference, as you say, but they are all needed. We can just start our focus with something as the primary focus, but the other two have to come along. So the same way, all, just like you said, 5 fingers are needed to do the job. It's the same thing. Nothing, no one is superior from an absolute standpoint. It is just something people may like to do, start somewhere, but we cannot ignore the rest as well, because without that, as Brother Sitaram said, if you do abhyasa without devotion, then the abhyasa becomes mechanical ritual. So the same thing, without knowledge, if you do, we may mess up things. So things like that is also I understand. Thank you, brother. I hope I didn't further confuse. Sorry. Sister Aruna.
Sairam, brother. I don't want to go on and on with that, but I just thought of, dhyana is superior to jnana. Maybe it's not in the translation now, as Auntie mentioned, but I think in a different way now. Even you have a jnana, because dhyana is getting superiority, because with your jnana, if you don't meditate on it, then the jnana has no there's no gain from it. You don't gain out of jnana anything. So the meditation is needed with your jnana. That's how, and now after the discussion, I'm thinking. So just started to share that. Thank you, Saira.
Thank you very much, sister. Anyone else?
Sairam, brother. So
Yes.
when we were studying Dhyana Vahini, we had a conclusion what is Dhyana. So that means control your mind and think about one name and meditate on that one, and that's one pointness. So that is very difficult. And we can say while you are working, while you are running, while you are offering something, that is, we always think about offering to the Lord. But at the Dhyana Vahini Swami mentioned clearly, you have to control your mind, then only you can focus on the one name and meditate on that one. That is very difficult to do it in Kali Yuga. So there is a one, I think Swami said, this is a easy one, karma. It's the easiest one for everyone, even though it takes a longer time. Thank you, Brother Saira.
Can you go back to the previous frame? I think that the further, the next page has come now.
Yeah. Narmada, I think you have to go back to the previous.
Can you go back, please?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Narmada.
What is Kante?
What is?
What does Kante mean?
Kante.
Means compared to. You can say compared to.
Yeah, compared to.
Other, in Tamil we'll say Adayim Parka,
Adavida.
Adavida.
Okay. When I was thinking about the karma pala tyaga, like I can understand it's one thing if I offer my actions to God, because I have some control over my actions. But the pala, the consequences, I have no control over. Like whatever comes is what, because of many factors unrelated to me, some consequence will come. So how can I even offer that to God? Because I have no control over that. And then regardless whether I offer it to God or not, I'm still the one who's going to be undergoing that consequence.
So what have you offered to God then? Is the question.
Just my efforts, I suppose, the karma that I have done.
So that means you are not supposed to affect it, the outcome, or whatever Auntie said, outcome is there. You are not supposed to be affected.
Yeah.
So I think, Kalyani, the question is, there are many women, so, it's a very practical thing. We start cooking. Okay, we get up and say we are going to start doing breakfast. I am going to start doing the breakfast, cut the vegetables or whatever we are doing. And it's halfway during cooking. So is your effort complete? No, it's not complete. Okay. When the food is cooked, it's complete. Until then, the action is continuing. So once you finish cooking, whether you like it or not, the food is cooked. Now, what to do with the food? Do you say, I am just leaving it and walking away? Or are you going to say, okay, I've cooked this, I'm taking an offering to the Lord? Okay. Before you experience it, you offer it to the Lord. So the thing is a thing saying that my effort is done and I'm moving on is without looking at the fruit, what is accomplished, is not may not be appropriate. Okay. So the thing is, we have to take care to complete the effort. The fruits will manifest, but when that's manifested, offer it to the Lord. But then the question he said this, but we are the one, we have to go through the consequences. So, for example, we have cooked breakfast. we offered it as prasadam. Swami was silent in the picture. Then family members come and you serve it to them also, say it's prasadam. And then they will say, my God, you have burnt this, or you have this, you have put too much salt. Okay, people will pass comments. Now you can say, oh, I am bearing the consequences. Okay, and that is where the test comes. We whether offer it to the Lord. We just smilingly accept whatever comes. Means accept in the sense you just let it slide off, because you take that, and just the way food was offered to the Lord, that also should be offered. So in life, I think we should not think we are just making an effort. We are not going to worry about it. What's going to? We should not worry about. That's true, but we should be concerned about the outcome. But we should not be affected by the outcome. We should not, because if we are sure that we are given our best. Even if we have not given our best, we offer it that also to the Lord and say, the Lord, this is what I was capable of offering.
Mm-hmm.
If as a result of these things happen, let them be naturally happen. I'm not going to be affected by it. I think there are many discourses where Swami is clearly saying, Swami says, not here maybe, Swami says, Krishna did not say na phaleshu. He used the word ma phaleshu. That means he did not say there are no fruits for your actions. All actions will have fruits. If there are no fruits, then he will say na phaleshu. He said ma phaleshu. You don't pay attention to it. Attention to be affected by it. Is what Swami has clearly said. So yes, but we can't say once we offer, we are immune to the sufferings of the consequences.
Mm.
Sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good. It's okay. That's part of life. Part of life. If a knife cut, sometimes it pains. Something soft falls on the hand. The hand is comfortable. This is part of nature, natural. But we will be worried. We will be busy with thinking of the Lord, rather than why is this happening to me? I did the best. I got up in the morning. All that we will not say. So much I struggled, and people are not appreciating my effort. All that. That means we are taking credit, and we are accepting the negative. Once we offer, that's my understanding of offering.
So just like if I was to offer an apple to my friend, they would be the one eating the apple. But here, like when we offer something to God, but we're still the one eating it. So that's why I'm wondering, well, how is that an offering? Is it just
Okay, very good question, Kalyani. Kalyani has asked the question about about we are offering something to fruit, apple to the friend, and the friend eats. But here, when we offer to the Lord, we end up eating afterwards. It's a question she is asking. Anyone who would like to comment on that? What does it mean to offer to the Lord? We offer apple to the friend eats. We say we are offering this to Swami, is Swami eating it? I think that's a question. Brother Tasan, Sister Shivani, you have an answer to this, or you have a question?
I have a question. I'll
Okay,
ask
then-
later. Yeah,
then
I
you-
was told.
No, you can keep your hand up.
Okay.
Brother Tasan.
Yes, I am, brother. So if you are offering to the Lord mean you are not accepting the fruit of the action. It all goes to the good or bad. It all goes to the Lord, and end of the day, there is no plus or minus to you. Whenever you sacrifice your good and bad to the Lord, and there is nothing on you, you are going to be merged with the Lord. That's what the Lord Krishna was saying.
Okay, thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Sister Aruna, you have an answer or you have a question?
Just an answer, brother. I'm just thinking, and so when Kalyani offering the friend, then you are looking as a friend, or you are looking as a like God in her, and you are offering. That's the how I would think. So when you are offering to friend, also you have to see the God in that person. That is the way I look at it. Thank you, Sai.
Okay, thank you, sister. Sister Ananthi.
Sai Ram, I have an answer for Sister Kalyani.
Okay.
The offering to the goat is offering to me, and the
Yeah, okay, okay, yeah, I will.
when I offer it, and the I would think myself that if it is tasty, I would think that the thank you, Swami, you have accepted my prasadam, and I tried my best to offer you the good, the better one. Even if it is bad or not the way it came out, and I would say, I have learned a lesson, Swami. I would be prepared to offer a good one the next time. So when it offered to Swami, it's an opportunity to improve ourselves or correct ourselves. I would look at it in that way. That would be a very positive, and it is a good way, and it will not affect us. Even the outcome is bad, but it will not affect, and it will make us positively improve the next time. Maybe that's my answer. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Sister Ananthi. Yes, Uncle Gopalan or Auntie Kamala? Uncle Gopalan or Auntie Kamala?
Oh, Sai Ram. Just a humorous twist for this question of offering. The husband bought flowers for his wife, but the wife was so mad, she didn't accept those flowers. And so he offered the flowers to God. Was that an offering, or is just a what do you call it? Something of God is a third party. So
Uchishtam is offered to the Lord.
God can take anything.
Open up a can of worms, yeah, Uncle.
Yes, Sister Vasudha.
Sai Ram, for this particular question, I think the intention was secondary. The primary intention was the flowers were meant for his wife. And then perhaps he didn't want to waste them. He's already bought, he's done all this. Why waste? Let's offer it to God. So the intention was not pure, it was not primary. That's my take on this.
Okay, thank you, Sister. Anyone else who has something to offer on this question of what is it to offer to the Lord?
Sai Raman, I can add something.
Okay.
So this is my personal experience with Swami again. So I'll just give this example. I think it would draw some parallel from what Kalyani sister was asking. So this was back in my third UG, around 2006 or 7. And we were doing a gratitude program in front of Swami. So every year we offer gratitude. And for that gratitude program, in the hostel itself, we prepare some programs for Swami. It could be some string of songs, or it could be a drama, a small play, some speeches. And then we would go to Swami and we will offer all that as a 1 hour program to Swami. So as part of that program, I wrote one drama for around 20 to 25 minutes drama in Telugu. And we all practiced. We got approval from all the vice chancellor, hostel warden. So all the superiors in the hostel has given approval that this drama is okay. You have written very well, and all that is done. So I got some appreciation even before we offered it to Swami. So while presenting it to Swami, generally the person who has written the script, they can offer that script to Swami. So I was given the chance. So that afternoon, I wrote the entire script in Telugu. It was coming to around 10 to 12 pages. So I wrote it neatly in Telugu. And in the first page, I wrote director, producer, and screenplay and script writer, Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba on first page. And I decorated it nicely. And the program has started. And Swami called me up just before the skit has begun. And I went up to the stage and Swami took it. He read the first page. Director, producer, screenplay, script writer, Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. And he looked at me, he raised his eyebrows, and I also smiled. I thought I did something great, no? So, so Swami looked at me and said, Poi kucho. So I went and sat. So drama got over, and usually it's a practice. After drama, generally Swami calls up the boys and he gives safari or he gives some words of appreciation. He could give Pad Namaskar, he could give Vibhuti, anything can happen, you know. So that's the like, this is long, that was my maturity at that point of time, unfortunately. So I thought, okay, after this, during the drama, instead of looking at Swami, I was thinking all this is going to happen after this because all the teachers have already appreciated that this is going to be a huge success. They were encouraging me. I didn't understand that. So Swami was going through the script. As the drama was going on, every dialogue, Swami is reading through the script. So I was even more happy because he is seeing my handwriting. So I was even more elated as the program was progressing. So at the end of drama, he called all the actors. He gave each of them safari. He gave them group photographs. And I was waiting for my turn. The drama got over. Then we started songs. Speeches got over. Everybody got the group photos except me. Swami did not call me, but the script was with him full time on his lap. So I thought, okay, maybe he's just building up the suspense for me, you know. So it happens sometimes, right? So I was hopeful still that he'll call and just at least give Pad Namaskar and tell that good job. But he took the script along with him to Yajur Mandir also. So after program, everybody was very happy that Swami gave group photos, everything was happy, except me, because he did not give back my script. He did not even call me. He did not acknowledge that you have done this job. But the first page says that, Swami, you are the one who has done all this. And later that night, after dinner, Shiv Shankar Sai sir called me and gave me the script saying that Swami has returned your script now. That's it. No comments, nothing. So later when I was discussing with my seniors about this, one of the comments that was made was, because you have written this script only all alone without taking help of anybody else by sharing the responsibility, probably Swami would have kept you away and gave the chance for those who have done together. This was one of the insights. Today morning in our mandir, me and Sai Satish Anna were discussing about this incident. Some discussion came up and I was telling him about this experience. And he was telling, why are you worrying? Because you offered it to him, he took it. Whether you like it or not, he took it. Why are you worried about it? Right? So drawing from this experience, just like how Kalyani sister is offering an apple to Swami, what he does with it is his choice. Whether he'll appreciate you, he will scold you, he will not say anything. That is all his wish. But our work is to offer it to him. That's all. Then we have to change the activity of the mind immediately because our job is done there. This is what I think I've learned. Like, at least I try to practice in some sense, is as soon as something is done, even if it is office work or mandir work, Swami, I offer it to you. I hope I've done my best. You take care of the rest. You know, just leave it there and change the activity rather than still brooding over that, whether I've done it well or not. Oh, that particular thing I've done well. This particular dialogue I wrote well. You know, so instead of thinking about the activity, move on to the next one because you have so much more to do for Swami. Saira.
Thank you, Sitara. So thanks for nicely giving a practical example and explaining. the reality is, as Sitaram has said, if we give somebody something to eat, the apple is given to them, we should not taste it, we will not taste it. The person who is eating will taste it, and the results belong to that person. So same way, when we offer something to the Lord, we should not eat it. That means we should not have any sensation of consuming the fruits of that. So that means we will be completely indifferent to the consequences of that thing which we have offered to the Lord. It will be in the Lord's lap. We will not be hankering after, okay, where is the Lord talking to me about it? Because the Lord has accepted. Once He has accepted, it is all His. We just move on to the next offering. Maybe in the next script we have to start working on. Means we become the scribe for the Lord. And so I think that should be the attitude in everything which we do. So means eating our action, the results of our actions means taking joy or feeling sad about something which has happened is the way we eat the results of our actions. So we should not eat and feel bitter or bitter. Okay, that's it. Saira.
Uncle, so if you have, like, say, just a small example, like, say you have something in your life that you enjoy, or like, say, some family or whatever, you are enjoying it, or you are grateful. But so does that mean you should not even have, if you are enjoying something, or if you are upset by something or sad by something, that means you're tasting it, right?
Yes.
So I can, be happy. It would be nice if we don't have to taste the upset parts, but the joyous parts, if you cannot experience that joy, or how do you, like, I feel it hard to stop myself from enjoying something if something is happy.
Okay, Sister Kalyan is asking this question of, that does it mean that we should not enjoy anything of this world, even if we like it? Is it taboo? I think that's the question she's asking. And is it going counter to the instruction, offer the fruits of actions? Sister Aruna.
Brother, once you offered, the God has taken kind of that attachment, that thing's supposed to be, you're not supposed to have that even. We always, Swami said, attached to me only, right? So you have to have a satisfaction of giving to Swami, then. That's what I would say, because it's given
I
to
think,
Swami, you have
Sister,
to enjoy yourself, right?
so
That
I think the
bliss.
question is, Sister, whether anything in this world should we enjoy or not?
Yeah, we learned before, whatever we are eating, we are saying that is a God is eating, kind of, that's the way we can take it, it's a God is tasting it, like that. That's the way I'm thinking. Thank you, Saira.
Yes, Brother Thasan.
Yes, Sairam, brother. So that only problem is here, we are thinking about the fruit of the action because of the body consciousness. Because you are not the doer. Because when you think about the body consciousness, the ego will play. Because you are in Maya, you have to come out from the Maya. This is God. God is the one doing everything. For an example, I can remember I read somewhere Swami's 50th birthday, someone composed a nice bhajan song. Then he was so happy, and Swami was and he got a blessing from Swami. He said, all your wish, Swami, you are the one, because of your blessing, I wrote this one. Then Swami said, it was planned 2000 years ago. So you are not the doer. So everything, whenever you think that you are the doer mean, that then you are getting to the Maya and you have to face a consequence. If you are enjoying somewhere, but think about your mind supposed to be the Lord, then you are not going to be affect anything good or bad any circumstances. Thank you, Brother Saira.
Saira, brother, thank you. Brother Ron, you have something to say?
Yes, Saram, I think Brother Carson put it really, really nice. And I actually just want to actually add on it. It's got to do with the equanimity of your mind, right? So we need to actually practice our mind for pain and suffering, joy, happiness. We should try to be equanimous in our thoughts so nothing gets affected. But having said that, this is the actual challenge, right? We are human beings. We go through these things, happiness, sadness. But if we can get if we can actually master that, then I think it'll help us.
Okay, thank you, brother. Thank you. Yes, Sister Narmada, you have something to say.
No, I just wanted to kind of my thoughts towards what Sister Kaljani asked about feeling joy with whatever that happens, let's say it's the family or in that sense. My take on it is that there's right. So I guess when we are feeling happy or joyous, when we take the ownership of that happens. So if we think, let's say, it's God's doing, and in that way, that joy is for the God. I think that it's acceptable. And I'm just reading in the second or third paragraph, Swami says, "I love those who feel no difference between grief and joy." So there's no grief and joy, just that happiness of what the world is of by Swami's creation or what is happening around us. I think in that sense, I think it's okay. I think the problem is when let's say something that you did gives you happiness, you're taking that ownership. I did it, so it's my friend or my son or my daughter or something. In that sense, if you're feeling joy, then you're taking that ownership of it. But if you say that's God's doing or God has done it, so God's child or God's, in that way, I think it's okay. This is my 2 cents.
Thank you, Narmada. Thank you. Sister Anandi?
Sai Ram, for Sister Kalyani's question, what is the definition of enjoyment? It could be different for each person, and the Swami has already said, be in the present. Don't look at the past, don't look at the future. Be in the present. If you miss that presence, it will not be coming. You will not get it afterwards. Every moment is a present moment, and I believe you should enjoy that present moment. Either the outcome is favorable or not favorable to you. You should enjoy that present moment, the as God's prasadam, that moment to you, and you should enjoy it. That's my the answer to Sister Kalyani. Thank you, Saira.
Thank you, sister. Yes, Brother Sitaram.
Sai Ramana. So I think as per my understanding, as long as the joy is emanated from within, we can enjoy it. As long as we realize that this joy is coming from within, after the act, you feel so much of happiness. For example, you sing a bhajan and you feel a lot of joy. That is definitely fruit of singing only. But the happiness is coming from inside. But if somebody is coming and telling you that, hey, you sang so well today, man, and then you feel you enjoy that, recognition or something, then we must put a check there that this is not the real joy that I need to expect from this fruit. Sai Ram.
Thank you, Brother Sitaram. So, Kalyani, I think different ways it has been answered, I guess. The realities in life, there is good sensory sensations at the physical level. At the mental level also, there are positive feelings which we all experience. As long as there is no sense of mine or I, then that type of joy is what, Satyam Shivam Sundaram, or, Asti Bhati Priyam. There is joy, Anandam, beauty, everything is there in this world, but that sense of enjoyment should not come from I-ness or minus, and then there is no connection, there is no attachment involved, and it's we can walk out and look at a flower and say, oh, God has created such a wonderful, see the handiwork, and you can take joy at it, you know. I think that's okay. So in life, even family members also, we should treat the same way, not because they belong to us. If once we develop that, we look at somebody else's child also, we'll have the same joy. Anyone on the street also, we will have the same feeling. Ultimately, we are supposed to cultivate that. So that should be independent of whether something belongs to us or something does not belong to us. I think from that sense, if we can cultivate that sense of trusteeship in this world, everything is Lord's, and just we are just experiencing what the Lord has put in front of us. It's a slightly different way. Is what I think I have learned from what everyone has stated so far. I hope that's reasonably answers the question. Sister Shivani, you will have your final say.
No, not final say.
Or your question. You know, I think you have been
Question.
patiently waiting.
Yeah, because we are talking about action consequences, and we have also talked about time. My question is, how do I know what is happening is a result of my action A, B, and C? Because what I know, Bhagawan, timing is very different for any action you do. So I am saying I did action A, the result could be this, and I take with equanimity because I don't know. It's my 10 years action way back where what I did is what what is happening with me, or it's my past. I don't know. So from that lens, the only thing is I'm thinking is, should I just continue because I don't know the result, what is happening next moment is because of my action 5 minutes ago or 5 births ago or 5 years ago.
So, sister,
So
is your question based on wanting a particular result?
it's just what I'm
You want to
questioning is
know?
when
It's
we
just
don't know, so the equanimity doesn't come. It's just you just keep doing it. That's what I'm thinking. When I don't know, because I don't know the consequence, what is happening with me is a consequence of action A, B, C, D. I don't know which one is related to what. So if I keep that lens, an angle, then the only thing is what I'm thinking is I just need to keep doing it. I don't know what is happening for what results, what action, what is a result of which action. I don't know. Is it clear? Because what I have learned is Bhagwan's timing is different. His result of your action, the result you will get may not be immediate, may not be 5 years down the line. It could be any time. So I can't correlate between action and a result. There's no correlation to me between action and result. So in that sense, isn't it, we should just, as we have been discussing, just continue doing it. And I think in the past as well, we have said, just continuing acting. I think last time, not even think about the result. Then again is attachment. Thinking about accepting the result is an attachment itself.
okay.
So question and answer. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Are we sure about the result when I get the result of my which action? Like correlation. Do we know that timing? Then only we can say it's equanimity. Oh, yeah, I do this action and I accept the action result of it. I don't know, does it make sense? But it's already 4:29.
I have 3 hands up. So I will just go over. I think we can take up your question as a starting question next week, sister. Yes, Sister Narmada, you have your hand up, please.
No, I just wanted to what Sister Shivani just said. So I just wanted to add to that. So I guess if you have, when you're doing an action and if you have surrendered that to God, then you should not worry about the results because that results will not affect you because you have given to God. So if you're waiting to know, is this result because of that action, then you have not surrendered in my, like, that's how I take it. So then that will affect you. So if you had done the action in the name of God, then that result will not affect you. So anything that you are experiencing is not the result of that action, because that is action, you are detached from that action. So that will not affect you. That's how I see it. But then to the second part of your question, if you're experiencing something as a result of something that you have done, and yes, Swami's timing is very different. You may not experience even in this birth. I think we did kind of talked about it before. I do not know when, as if that your soul will sort of remember it. I'm not sure if it's here or somewhere I heard. So that question I don't know the answer to. So I'm also waiting to know that answer. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you, sister. Brother Hassan?
Yeah, yes, Sairam, brother. If I want to put it in a nutshell,
Within 30 seconds, brother.
30 second, brother.
Okay.
You just think about knife. Knife never think about I'm cutting the vegetable. Someone is doing the work. So the knife never think about the fruit of the action. Thank you, brother Sairam. It's less than 30 seconds.
Thank you. Yes, brother Varadan.
Oh, that is, if you surrender to God, if you have the faith on it, just leave it to God. He knows when is the right time to answer it. And he knows it is good for you, he will give it. And the right time, you don't have to worry about that at all. I can't tell you my own answer, but it's take too long. I didn't want to open up that now. I have a great example. And later on, maybe another time I can share my experience. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, brother. Sairam, everyone. So the action of now closing the session, I don't know what the consequences are. We will find out next week. So we will close the session today. Very interesting discussion. I am sure all of you would have taken something which may be of relevance to you. We will continue the discussion next week. Sairam, we'll close with Samastaloka. Om Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sairam, everyone.
Sai Ram, Sai Ram.
Thank you, Sai Ram.
Jai Sairam.
Sai.